Okay. So as we're coming up to some amazing and wonderful things, and I'm talking about our 1212 to 1221 portal. So this time at the end of 2020, the energy is shifting, changing. Some of you are sensitive like me. You feel the timelines shifting. You feel different than you did even a couple weeks ago. And it's time for each of us to decide what it is that we want to do with this next part of our lives. With this new, refreshed, open energy. I know the world might not look like it, but the old is clearing for you to do what? So our topic for today, our title, it just says Spiritual Q&A. So if I'm new to you, I'm Liana Socho Soria, and this is the Healing Mind Center. Also, this is cross-posted to a group called Star Walker Shamanism. And the reason I'm having it go on to Star Walker Shamanism too is because today encompasses anything and everything in the spiritual realm. So that can include something that seems shamanic, meaning that there's movement of consciousness in unseen realms, connection to the earth and the consciousness of the living planet. But it doesn't need to have those qualities to qualify for today. So the Healing Mind Center is all of these spiritual modalities where you use your own willpower and your own consciousness to create the life that you want, become the architect of the experience that you're having as a physical human right now. So we're bringing very sometimes lofty, high, or cosmic spiritual truths here into the sacred physical, into your physical reality that you can sense and touch and know something that is practical spirituality or practical shamanism because it changes the way you live your life. So anything goes today. I'm looking for questions for our spiritual Q&A. And so not having a specific outline of topics that I want to talk about today, I want to show you something. Imagine that you're open to whatever's next, and you don't necessarily know what's next. So this is perfect because I don't have a topic, but I know that it's time for spiritual conversation because of what I was saying earlier about the gateways opening, about all the changes happening, timelines, and a growing pressure in a lot of us where we feel like it's time to get ready for what's next, even if we don't specifically know what's next. So I want to talk about using your spiritual connection and your natural innate abilities, your intuition, your gut feeling, your quiet, calm inner knowing to go ahead and navigate an unknown future, even maybe in a chaotic environment. I'm talking about the world right now. With calm, with ease, self-assurance, trust. It's a tall order. Trusting in the middle of this chaos. I'm letting you know it's possible, more than possible. Think about the demeanor of people who have qualified as spiritual masters or saints and prophets from history. Are they scared? Are they freaking out? Or are they calm, clear, knowing, sometimes passionate, but with a calm, clear knowing of what is, maybe what will be, but trust in what something bigger than our individual selves. So what I'm going to do is just start to reach out into our connected consciousness, our collective consciousness, if you want to call it that, and see what the prominent questions are. Also, I'm looking at the comments box. So if you see this while it's still live and you have a question, general or specific, meaning it could be about you personally or it can be about the state of the world, by all means pop in with it. I'm trying to remember, I had posted earlier what kinds of questions. There was a question about being tired right now, being extra tired. I'll go ahead and address that while I'm keeping my eyes open for other questions. It's going to be a combination of things, but for me, every winter, the nights get longer. If we were in the Northern Hemisphere, the nights are getting really long right now. It's colder. We're coming into our winter, right? So there's that natural tendency, if you go with what your body wants to do, is it wants to slow down and rest. Until what? Until the spring, until the days get longer and the sun comes out and you have more activity. So there's always that. You can't ignore the tendencies of your body. That's going to be influencing you the whole time. But there's a lot going on here where we are being changed so much. And I say we are being changed because your spiritual entourage, your group of helpers, the earth itself is vibrating at a higher frequency, and what that's doing is initiating some natural changes. So the initiator is that rise in energy. There's a greater frequency of light in your body, and you're actually being worked on. You're being changed. So physically, you have more light. Your physical body is going to be vibrating at a higher level. Now, your light body is already gone there. The physical slower, it takes more time, it's more dense, and it's going to be the last thing. Your physical is being changed. Your energetic self is being upgraded in order to um, be compatible with the new frequencies and the new energies. You're feeling this. So all those changes take energy. You're being worked on. The changes are being made, and then your bodies are working to do all the work necessary to accommodate all of these changes, to do the work. The same as if, let's say, you were in a rapid growth phase. You know, you're in your early teens or something. You're having a rapid growth phase. Your body's taking in more in order to what? In order to have the nutrients to facilitate the massive changes in the growth and all of this. It takes energy. It takes a lot of effort on the part of your body. So here, it's being done in a different way. This is more on an energetic level. But you're going to feel some days like it just takes all that you have just to be able to move around and function. Yeah, anybody felt that? And then also some necessary changes are going to maybe eject some inappropriate energies and substances. So you might have some things that feel like a detox symptom. You might be having headaches. You might be feeling kind of brain foggy and sluggy, a little nauseous maybe, or your body cannot tolerate some of the foods that used to be normal for you. And you're going to have to change what you take in because your body's requirements have changed. So if you have any specific questions about that, by all means, pop in with them. Other than that, what I'm going to show you is I'm connecting to the earth. I'm setting up a white light field. If you're used to me, you'll know I advocate this because it's a filter between me and the energetics and others, spirits, other beings. I'm putting a filter on what I want to experience. Only high consciousness, love and light, good intentions. That's a prerequisite at all times. And what I'm getting from a guide, from an angelic guide, is he says, tell them about the light. So I'm going to get clear on what that means. It's a first-hand experience. Okay, there's two things. There's two things that I'm going to tell you then. And this is applicable to our topic of getting ready for the new energies and trusting in a moment our feeling and orienting ourselves with light and trust in our higher aspect too. That what is happening in the world and what we are to do as we move forward in the world is well and good and trustworthy. So there's two things I want to tell you about the light. One of them is a personal story. So in a moment where I was presented with a huge change and an overwrite in my own life. Like, okay, if you do this from now on, everything in your life is going to be different. So do you want to do it or not? And the way that I navigated through that particular choice was I was looking for my soul's intention for my lifetime. At the same time, aligning with the light of truth, of goodness, of the highest possible, um, the highest possible path for my lifetime. You have many choices. They're not wrong. You have many choices. Each of those choices has what? Has a consequence. It produces change. And so what I wanted when I was presented with a choice was what has the highest amount of light and good, the highest frequency, the most joy, and the best service for the world. And the path was the yes path. I'm on the yes path. The other ones fell away, entire timelines fell away. Everything without exception in my life changed again for the good. It's a service lifetime. It has a lot of light in it, but the way that I got comfortable, stepping forward in pure trust, not knowing what was going to happen, was I visualized a column of white light, and it was God, it was Source, it was my higher self, it was angel light, it was the light of positivity, of creation. What do you want to call that? It was the light. In my own inner mind, I could see that. Why was it a column? I could see the column of light. It was heaven to earth. And for me, mentally, I walked into it. I aligned with the light and I surrendered. And I said, I'm aligned with the light. I'm going to be guided by this light. So whatever I choose, whatever feels right while I'm aligned with the light, I'm going to trust. So you might do this in a different way. You've probably done something similar. And in a moment where the outside world is in chaos, or maybe you have family members that are in fear, it would be hard not to be in fear if you were watching the news. You might not want to do that at all. You can ask the light, you can ask your angels, you can ask your heart and your gut, what shall I do to be safe and healthy and move forward? And also, I'd like to add, what can I do aligning with the light in order not to be tricked somehow by misinformation? There's a lot of opposite information out there, so which is which? Well, instead of listening to other people who may or may not be in fear or who may or may not be telling you information for your highest path, can you please step into the light? Imagine the light of God from heaven all the way to the core of the earth. It's grounded, it's physical, it's earthy, it's structural, it's safe, it's your foundation, all the way through you, through your heart, through your mind, and into your higher cosmic realms, which are equally home to you, by the way. Just expansive, larger, one with all consciousness kinds of home, if you understand me. And then ask in the light, what do I need to know right now in order to live my highest truth? And you might not so much feel then the fear of others. You'll have compassion, but you don't need to feel the fear of others in order to help them. In fact, it's detrimental, right? So when you're choosing, okay, is it okay for me to go out and go and do these things? Align with the light, put it in your heart and gut and mind, and feel your answer. All of you even bothering to listen to this are empaths, are intuitives. Get your own information, and you don't have to take other people's word for it. But what really will probably flip your pancake a little and give you a little bit of joy is going to be when you align with the light and you are given some truths that feel right in your gut. They resonate in your mind. Your heart feels good about it. Not fearful, good. You're going to find that other people have come to the same conclusions and they have the same answers in them from aligning with the light, not from being told by other people. Where are other people getting their information? I want you to think about that, okay? Okay, I was supposed to tell you two things about the light. So there was the column of light. It's related. The other thing I'm supposed to tell you about the light is that it's consciousness. All right. When you, eyes open or eyes closed, when you perceive light, it is made out of consciousness. There is nothing else for anything to be made out of. If you draw back far enough and you think about all of creation, all of physical creation, so universe or universes as you wish, different dimensions, obviously different galaxies, different planets, different people, all of physical creation is made out of what? Anything physical is, if you look close enough, closer, 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 is made out of a fundamental vibration. You can call that a sound. You can call that a frequency. We're going to call it consciousness and light. And anything in the physical is slowed down, dense light. I'm supposed to tell you that. So that being said, if you put that filter over everything and all of physical creation, including your body and the stuff of the earth, resources, items, things, the living planet, the body of the living planet, the earth itself, the sun is made out of slowed down light and consciousness. Then you, as consciousness living in a body of slowed down light and consciousness, once you tap into your natural abilities, can take your consciousness directed by your own will and connect with what? Anything. So here is a fundamental resource that nobody can ever take away from you. It's not possible to destroy it. Is you take your consciousness and you connect to the earth, to the sun, to the consciousness of everybody on the planet all at once, or on another planet if you want to go there. And you can gather firsthand information of any quality and type. All right. So that was obviously the theory of the thing. How do you actually do that? And I think if I don't get a lot of questions, I think that's going to be the last thing I talk about today. All right. So on a practical level, with the human mind influencing you, maybe chattering at you, is this real? What is this? Or your physical body giving you constant information of, hey, I feel good, I have a lot of energy, or I feel tired, being kind of maybe slowed down and bogged down can affect you emotionally then. It's the season of depression for sure if you're in the northern hemisphere right now coming into winter. Slowed down, cold, slow. Besides the sometimes not heartwarming chaos of the world. What do? So first of all my spirit guides want to talk about water and taking in much more liquids, especially while your body's undergoing these changes. You have a heightened need to flush everything through. So you could probably double your liquid intake and your body would be fabulously grateful. So I'm going to talk about that first so that you feel better in your body. Good deep breathing. Move your belly when you breathe. Take a straight, long spine. And go into meditation daily, please. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to straighten out my spine. I'm going to lift my crown to the ceiling. I'm going to put the center of my head over the center of my heart. My chin's parallel to the floor right now. My heart's centered up over the center of my pelvis of a nice long backbone. Okay. Shoulders back and down, heart open. And with a nice long spine, I'm going to relax my belly. There's something here you can do for yourself. You can allow some separation between your upper and lower teeth. And bring your tongue down towards the bottom of your mouth. So sometimes you go and you check in and you tune in and your tongue is pressed up against your upper palate. Chronic, constant stress produces that effect. Also, you might notice if you chest breathe, shallow, shorter breaths. That's a panicking breath. Your body thinks there's not enough oxygen. Panic chest breathing. So let's give ourselves a chance here to relax deeply. Long spine, relaxed body, tongue down, belly breathe. Ask your breath to move into your low belly so that when you breathe out, your belly presses outward. Excuse me. When you inhale, your belly moves out. When you exhale, your belly moves back towards your spine. Go ahead and do that 2 more times, please. Inhale, your belly moves outward like a Buddha belly, right? Bigger. When you exhale, draw your navel towards your spine and push all the old air out. Continue. So you've sent your body's subconscious and your mind's subconscious a message, a beautiful message. It's okay to relax now. You're safe. There's enough breath. You're in a safe environment. First things first, your body needs to know you're safe. You're nourished. You're rested. You're hydrated. Okay, then next, close your eyes if you're comfortable closing your eyes. You can also do this laying down and just really relax and let go. Use your breath to relax any built up tension in your body. So on your inhale, imagine becoming larger in all directions. Get puffed up, get large. Exhale, purposefully release tension out. It felt good. So we're going to do it one more time. Inhale, expand in all directions. Become expansive. Exhale, relax, release. Allow the breath to continue naturally. Continue relaxing more with every exhale. While you turn your awareness inward, I want you to imagine that outside of your skin, the whole outer world falls away for the moment. It doesn't exist. And now turn your attention inward so there is nothing but your body and your breath. Purposefully pay attention to every nuance of sensation that occurs with your inhale. Notice your belly move out. Notice your ribs widen, your chest lifts. Cool air comes in. And notice with your exhalation, your chest lowering, your rib cage lowering, your belly moving back towards your spine. Notice the air leaving your body slightly warmer than it came in. Continue to pay attention. Notice something about your breath and the sensations that come with it that you've never noticed before at any point. It may be your tailbone curving gently with your breath. It may be noticing the sensation that comes from the muscle of your diaphragm, your main breathing muscle. What does that feel like? Is there any tension in your diaphragm muscle? There's been a lot of tension about breath and breathing for an entire year. Take an inhale and imagine expanding the muscle of your diaphragm and lovingly coax it to release that tension. or maybe even any habits or programming inherent in that muscle memory. Maybe that could be your meditation. And when you are able to move your attention then and ask to be aware of the light in your body. Some of you may notice right away there is light in your energy centers, the chakras. You may notice a dispersed light throughout your cells, your life force energy. You might notice when you turn your attention to yourself and ask to see light that you're living in a ball or a cocoon of light all around you. Do you know you emanate light? And notice that that part of you that is light and consciousness is you and not your physical body. Good. Now I want you to imagine that you take your awareness and your consciousness and mentally give a friendly hello to the light that lives within you. Your mind is speaking to your light. If it's subtle, and at this point you wish to receive more, I want you to practice asking for what you want. You're creating your experience right now by asking for what you want. If you want to be more aware of the light within you, whether that's seeing it in your mind's eye or feeling it or sensing it or having a knowing without any other validation, just a knowing. Say, I wish to be more aware of my own inner light. Please show me. And then allow yourself to be shown. And as you practice, and you can use this video if you want, do it over and over and over again. It strengthens with repetition. I want you to take your mind and mentally ask a question of your light within. Who are you really? Tell me about yourself. And see what you sense is the answer. Who are you really? Tell me about yourself. And I want you to bring your awareness back to yourself, your mind, your breath, and your body. And in these few short minutes, I want you to assess, have there been any changes in you physically? How about mentally? What's the state of your mind like right now? And emotionally? How has your emotional state shifted, if it did? So very simple. It was only a few minutes. Very simple. I invite you to initiate some more conversations with your own light and use that information about yourself to navigate the coming weeks and months. Notice your answers come from inside and they come from the light. So if you have any added questions, go ahead and pop in with them. Next Friday, instead of doing a live, I'm going to be presenting a workshop. It won't be here on Facebook. It's going to be on Zoom. So you can search on the Healing Mind Center events, this Facebook page, the Healing Mind Center. Look at events. There's an event about teaching guided meditations to others. If this sounds fun to you, you might want to do that. And anytime you want to kind of scan what's available as far as trainings and classes, if this kind of thing appeals to you, you like it, you want to learn more, there's an Eventbrite page as well. All one word, Eventbrite, the Healing Mind Center. I'm going to look through that and see what there is. They like to send you reminder emails if that kind of thing helps you. I know I forget. Um, and then also on here, you can contact me. Sometimes you will need a private one-on-one session as well to open up your abilities, to ask for that healing information come in, or to strengthen your connection to your own spiritual guidance system. There are many ways through hypnosis or guided visualization, my own intuitive services. I can tune into your energy field and let you know what I sense is happening, what your spirit guides want to let you know about who you are and what's next. It's nice to have help. And all of that can be arranged. You can arrange even a phone call. I do free 30-minute phone consultations, and those are for me to explain what I can do, how I do it, and a chance for you to ask any questions and let me know what you feel that you need, whether that's something that I do or whether I would be able to give you a little bit of advice to get your own answers. That would be all right too. Good morning. So, thank you for Robin. I see you there. Alicia, I see you there. Thank you for sharing, for being a part of this growing community of just light and love. It feels so good. So many wonderful changes coming on here, too. So many. Ah, so very good, too. All right. So, you're very welcome. Um, get a hold of me if you need anything. And in the meanwhile, enjoy the light, you guys. Thanks for everything.